Hey guys, Murph here for another iRacing setup video. This time it's another one for week 3 of season 1 2021. This is the Tour Modified from Southern National. The Southern National's turning into one of my favourite little short tracks, the High Banked Oval. It's becoming a personal favourite of mine. Now, before we get underway, we'll give you a quick disclaimer. Results may vary depending on a number of things, including time spent in the sim each week, how long you have been sim racing, gear you are using, and the overall talent or skill level you have. Understanding this is just a guide, and you will need to work on this yourself to get the most out of it. These setups are built for me, and because of this you may need to make adjustments yourself to get the car to be as fast as you want. You may need to tighten up, you may need to loosen it up. Everyone has their own driving style, and the setup may not be perfect when you first try it. These setups are built for the current season, and because of this, in future seasons they may not be as good as they are currently. The iRacing tyre model is a constantly evolving thing, and after a year or two these setups might not quite be in the window that they are now, and again, in a season or two, if you are watching this, you may need to make a few adjustments to get it to work. I'm only human, and because of this, mistakes will happen. Sometimes I won't quite nail the setup, or there might just be faster setups out there. This is just part of the game, this is just part of racing, this is part of being a sim racer. Enough said, back to the video. Now, as far as a quality setup, I didn't really do one. I just removed all the fuel and went for it. I find the balance doesn't change much with this car from low fuel to full fuel, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. As far as the race is concerned, the only real thing to think about in terms of tyre management is just to try and not slide the tyres. Again, I don't find you gain much by actually saving tyres. They just wear out no matter how hard you push in these cars. So I just kind of drive as hard as I can without sliding the car. Balance seemed to stay good across the entire run. Didn't really start getting understeer unless I overdrove the corner. And didn't get oversteer off either. Now, as far as tyre strategy goes, in terms of changing tyres, you do get one set per race, but bear in mind you can't change both rights and lefts without going a lap down, so you only can change one tyre at a time. So just be mindful of that when you do make a pit stop to not take both tyres, otherwise you'll be a lap down. Now, as far as when you should take them, I wouldn't recommend doing anything earlier than halfway point. In this case, in this race, I took only right side tyres about lap 60, and almost won me the race because we didn't have another caution till about 9 laps to go. And if that stayed green that whole way, I would have won the race, even though I probably wasn't the fastest car. Then they all took tyres, and although I almost held them off, I got turned with a handful of laps, with like 2 laps to go, and that was it. So it's all about a guessing game of guessing when the last caution will be, and hoping you get it right, and they'll get you the good result. Now, as far as setup goes, again, not a lot to talk about. The car keeps a good balance across the run. If you're finding a setup a bit too loose, you might want to soften the right rear spring or lower the right rear ride height as usual. Or if you're finding it too tight, doing the opposite, raising the rear ride height or stiffening the rear spring. Anyway, I hope you guys have found that helpful and useful. Feel free to hit me up in the comments and let me know how your races went if you use the setup. So if you got a good result, bad result, I always appreciate it if you do. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you for the next one. Ciao.